Hi, welcome back to The Real Shell Fox. And just like the title says, my immigrant husband has left me. And it was painful. It really was. And it took me by surprise. And this is kind of a sad topic, but this is a light channel. And enough time has passed that I can make light of it. And I just hope he doesn't watch this, and he probably will not. But I met this cute guy on OkCupid, and I was happy when he wasn't a catfish. He was French Canadian, so he was tall, he had a French accent, he seemed to like me, and he returned my text all the time, but he was kind of in a hurry to get married. And I was like, why me? Maybe you want to marry someone else. I don't have any money, because he's younger than me. So I was like, is he trying to gold dig? What's he trying to do, right? I mean, you could say that I married a homeless person because he didn't really have a solid home here. But he did have his ways of finding places to stay, like marrying me. But anyways, no, we were together for 4 years, and it was some real love, probably until about the third year. So we moved to LA, and I loved it. I loved the beaches, the sun, the weather, the freedom, right? The women here really are beautiful, which means you don't really have to worry about getting a lot of negative attention if you're generally the prettiest girl in the room. I'm not saying that I am, far from. I'm well, look, I got no titties. I know, right? It's fine with me. Hey, but not bad, not bad. I mean, I've gotten enough negative attention in other places that I've lived that I was cool to come here, right? I was like, oh good, look at her, she fine, look at that ass, right? They really are so stunning here. I'm like, a lot of times I'm just jaw dropped. Yeah, so before you marry an immigrant, you should hit me up, you should talk to me. Now, I kind of knew it was gonna be an uphill road. I did know that, right? But a lot of marriages are, a lot of uphill details, but he didn't speak a lot of English, so I ended up doing all of the admin work. And I began to resent him for it. And I think he began to resent me because, he really did want to be like the provider and the breadwinner, and he did his best. But without enough English, and a green card, it was hard to get there. And then when we did get there, we ended up moving, and he had to start all over, and he just couldn't deal. He hated LA. It was too hot. It was, he started to get very paranoid, actually. And he was saying that the neighbors were spying on us and bugging our apartment. I was like, I am positive we are not that important. I'm pretty sure, right? And that was a couple that lived above us. And the girl was hella cute. I'm sure she had, the guy was too, right? I just don't think they have the time to harass us secretly. And they only harass him and not me, the loudmouth one. Because he was kind of quiet, and sweet. But yeah, so in my mind, he just kind of went crazy. And I was telling one of my friends, I was like, can you believe it? A crazy man who had a hard time keeping steady work has left me. Anyways, one of my colleagues says, well, that just shows you how crazy he is, which that was the best. Thank you for saying that. Thank you, colleague. But it really just was a perfect storm of so many things. I honestly thought that it would be, if we were gonna come to an end, it would have been over financials, which in a way it sort of was, but not really, or that he would just cheat on me with someone younger. Standard, regular, degular marital problems, and I would have stuck it out because I took some real ass wedding vows, but he just couldn't take it. And despite all the hours and money and all the time we spent to help him get that green card and pursue citizenship, he just walked away from it all. And you know who's holding the bag? Yep. I mean, he just I don't know. So there's some lessons for you, right? It costs a lot of money to have your fingerprints checked, have a background check, to go to USCIS, which is like the government agency that helps immigrants. And so, well, this is proof that he didn't marry me for citizenship, since he's like, I'm throw that all away now. Right? So that was kind of a bummer. And it was, all of it was like like it was sort of a rushed marriage. And even the separation was kind of rushed. And I was like, no, I'm not rushed. I was rushed into everything. You file it, you do it. Not to be mean to him, but I just am tired of everything kind of falling upon my shoulders. So I'm like, you deal with it now, which is just really kind of having a healthy boundary, right? Like, it's your turn. You made this decision. You can do this. One of my subscribers was like, people don't really know you because you don't share personal details. Well, here it is. Here's the most personal detail I could probably be sharing. So now that it's been like a couple months, I'm starting to get back out there. I'm starting to date. It's been more than a couple months. Like, by the time you separate, it's bad. And I did check in with one of my girls. I was like, hey, when is an appropriate time to start dating? And she's like, oh, I don't know, about the time he left the country. I'm like, oh, yes, perhaps that would be a good time to start dating. So I did, and I'm getting ghosted on Tinder left and right. And I just can't wait to tell you guys all about that in the next video. Ooh, cliffhanger. Yeah, you think I want to sit here and tell all you people that I was ghosted, right? But look, I'm telling you now, bad bitches suffer. I've seen it like 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times. Angelina Jolie, Jennifer Aniston, Halle Berry, right? If you bad, you gonna suffer. Maybe at some point things will kind of come together, but not before you suffer. Anyway, hey, that's a positive outlook, right? Sorry, my bad. I'm just saying, this is kind of some of the things that I've seen. Where I'm at now. Okay, so where I'm at now. So now that I'm not like constantly babysitting or doing admin work or trying to take care of somebody's feelings, because he was very sensitive. Pre-paranoia, he was very, very, very sensitive. Like, somebody was always disrespecting him or hurting his feelings or just coming after him or treating him like a foreigner. It was just like a long list of complaints, and it was draining. I'm over here just like grateful to be an American that can go to Whole Foods. I'm like, what are you talking about? I think things are good. I don't know. Maybe that's the product of being the daughter of an immigrant. And yeah, anyway. So for the 50th time, I can't finish this sentence. I'm feeling much, much, much better. So because now I have the time and like energy to focus on getting my mind right, getting my body right, back to health. Because if you are really taking care of somebody in that way, and it's a struggle and it's a struggle and it's a struggle, it's just gonna sap all the life force energy that you have. So even though I want to date and I want to meet people, I don't think I ever want to live with anybody ever again, because they are going to mess up my diet. They are going to mess up my workout plan. And, you got your finances and, I have mine. We don't need to mingle those, right? That's kind of crazy when you think about like marriage and mingling finances. Like, yeah, right. So fortunately for us, we didn't have a ton of things, so we don't have to fight over a whole bunch of things. Right? And that's, less money, less problems. Well, that's my story. Thanks for listening. Sorry about all the pauses. Oh, right. I'm still trying to get my mind right. Bye.